6 plus.
First, I want to thank everyone on the stage and the rest of the fighters for putting on another amazing show for our Japanese fans. I want to thank EA Sports, our global partner and presenting sponsor of UFC Fight Night Japan 2014. This fight was broadcast live across Asia in 150 million TV homes and on delay in 550 million TV homes. The attendance tonight was 12,395. Bonuses, Fight of the Night, Kong Tanaka, and Performance of the Night bonus goes to Hunt and Jury. Each of them wins $50,000 US. All right, let's open it up for fighter questions. Anyone? Any questions? There we go.
Okay, and now after the match is finished, and I'd like to ask you each of these fighters about how do you feel about today's match. I'd like to ask each of these fighters, please. First of all, Mr. Horiguchi, please. Yes, and after the match over, and now I'm assured, and I'm relaxed now, and I'm tired.
I feel pretty good. No injuries, and hopefully I can get on the Sydney card in 4 weeks. Dana White, Joe Silva.
ほっとしてるのと
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm relaxed, and
勝利というのは本当に
and the victory is a very, very good thing. I'm really convinced that the winning is really a good thing, and I'm very happy.
Next question.
Joe, just real quick, if I could actually start with you. Obviously, it seemed like a very successful event tonight in terms of attendance, very entertaining, but we don't know much about the future of Asia right now. I know that you had an administrative change, obviously, at the top, but is there anything you can share with us on what the future is for this market? Because I don't think we have any other events or an Ultimate Fighter or anything for this market.
Yeah, so there's not going to be another event in Asia for the rest of 2014. We have the Sydney event in November. Next year, the plan is to have a similar number of events as this year, hopefully 3 to 4 events. And in a perfect world, we'd have a couple new markets as well. The organization is committed to this market. From Gary Cook, overseeing international, and the rest of the senior management team, I'm going to be spending the majority of my time here as well. So there's a lot of focus and attention on Asia, and we're excited for next year.
So nothing concrete yet that we can reveal for 2015?
As far as scheduling?
Yeah.
No confirmed dates yet. The company's in the middle of kind of figuring out our global schedule for 2015, but hopefully we can have some confirmed dates lined up for in the next 60 days or so. But I can tell you that we will be back in Japan around the same time next year.
Great, thanks. And a quick one, if I could. I mean, I know that the decisions on staffing and contracts with fighters and stuff aren't made out here, but there were some moves made overnight this morning here, with Anthony Johnson, with Thiago Silva. I'm just curious, I know those aren't your decisions, but is there anything you can share with us that's coming from the office? I mean, is that a turn of policy? Is that something new? Is there going to be a more aggressive stance? What can we read into that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's anything new. We obviously do not condone domestic violence, and we take that very seriously. It's part of our fighter conduct code. And what we do is we, for example, for Thiago Silva, new evidence came to light, and we made decisive action. And same with Anthony Johnson. We have a third-party investigator looking into all those claims, and we're basically going to gather all the facts and make decisions accordingly. So I don't think anything's really changed. We've always taken any of these allegations very seriously, and you obviously saw some actions today.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I could, for Mr. Hunt, please, obviously, congratulations on the win tonight. One quick question for you. There was some rumors of you having to cut 19 pounds on the final day before weigh-ins, and there was some confusion over whether that was true or not. Did you indeed have to cut 19 pounds to make weight for this fight?
No.
No? Fair enough. Were you just having to go with people there?
No, I don't know where they got those rumors from. I didn't have to cut 19 pounds. I think I had to cut maybe 8 or 9. I don't know about 19 though. So wherever you got that from, somebody's telling lies.
Fair enough. And you said you'd like to fight in 4 weeks. Most of the top 10 is matched up right now. You know, there were a lot of announcements made today. I don't know if you had a chance to see them, but it looks like almost everybody in the top 10 is matched up. Would you fight somebody outside of the top 10 if it meant you could fight in Australia, or is it important to you that you fight somebody with that ranking?
Well, I mean, I want to move forward. I want to move up into the rankings. I want to get a title shot. You know, my purpose is to fight for a title. You know, fighting someone outside the top 10, you know, win or lose, it makes me go backwards, sort of thing. So, you know, but you know, hey, considering, you know, of course I consider fighting someone else outside the top 10 if it was in Sydney. So, what's up, boss?
Thank you. Just lastly, if I could, for Mr. Akiyama, curious what the past 2.5 years have been like. If you know, thoughts of retirement ever crossed your mind, if you ever thought that you wouldn't fight again. And also, I think you called out Wanderlei Silva. He actually retired today. I don't know if you saw that. So maybe another opportunity for you to call for another matchup.
First of all,
バンダレーに関しては、
and for the Wanderlei,
自分が先ほどインタビューをして後に聞いたのですごく
when I heard after my interview,
驚いています。
so that I'm very surprised about it.
それと
So,
何でしたっ
and
け
what was your other question?
Just about what the past 2.5 years have been like for you, and if, you know, you considered retirement or thought you might not fight again.
正直
Yes,
引退
and
は全く考えて
frankly,
なくて
I
最
did
後ま
not
で
think
試合
anything
が
about
できると
retirement,
信じ
so
てい
that
ました
I
それ
believe
で
that
練習をずっと
I
頑張ってました
enjoy and I also participated in the match, so that I have kept practicing all the time.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to start with you, if I could. We're from the Brazilian television. How UFC received the news that Wanderlei Silva is retiring, and how do you feel about that? And are you going to talk to him? It's only his decision.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually haven't seen anything. I was here at the arena all day getting ready for this event. So, I mean, I've heard obviously some stories, but that's going to be something that's going to be dealt with in Vegas. I haven't even had time to see it, to be honest.
Okay, I'd like to ask Mr. Hunt, you had a fight with Wanderlei Silva once here in Saitama. You won in 2004 on Pride. And how does it feel for you that to receive the news that he's retiring? What do you think about him?
It makes me feel old. But hey, you know, I have been fighting a long, long time, and you know, I mean, Wanderlei is one of the great fighters, you know. So, you know, if it's time for him to move on, then that's what it is. So.
Anyone else?
I have two questions. First of all, for Horiguchi. Horiguchi, tell us about your performance. How do you think about that?
I think that I could have done what I wanted to do, and it was a very good match.
And I have a question for Miles. Miles, this whole week you show much confidence to this fight because Gomi is a tough opponent. Everyone knows about that. How do you think about to get the big victory in your career?
What was the last part right there?
How do you think? Because Gomi have a good name. He's a popular in Japan, and right now you made a big victory by KO. How do you think this victory can do better for your career?
Fighting guys like Gomi, it's just good for my name and my brand because everybody knows who he is and everybody tunes in when he fights. So. Getting a win over him just kind of cements my name in people's brains, and so they'll remember me. So next time I fight, hopefully they tune in.
I have one more. You're not told about names, but how do you think about this victory? You're up in the division. Do you have a desire to, in the future? You told about the crowd, about the desire to fight for the title, but right now, how do you think the fight move you up in the division?
I mean, I don't know, man. I really do not pay attention to any of the rankings. It's cool that apparently I'm ranked now and stuff, but I feel like if I just keep doing the right things right and taking fights and getting better, as a martial artist, that they can't deny me for the title forever. So I feel like a win over Gomi is just a respectable win. I mean, he's 3-1 in his last couple of fights, and he's always dangerous. So even if the people and the critics don't move me up ranks or whatever, I still think for a personal victory, it's really good for my confidence, and I'll be even better for the next fight.
I'll just say it, maybe it'll be loud enough. I have two questions for Mr. Akiyama. The first one is you have a lot of female fans all over the world. Also,
Very?
yeah, for sure, dude. Especially in the U.S. too. Is there anything you'd like to say to your female fans in the U.S.? That's my first question.
Okay,
すごく嬉しいですし
I'm very glad to know that, but I'm just wondering why.
ですが
I'm so popular
もっ
among
と女
females,
性に
but
人気のある
yeah, I'll try to
選手
do
にな
my
りたいと思い
best
ま
and
す
try to be a fighter, but more attractive to women after this. Thank you.
Okay. And the second question. The second question is, I mean, they're attracted to you because you sing, dance, and beat people up. And that's why they love you, man. But what would you rather? What do you think what would you rather do? Would you rather sing and be an actor or fight? Is there anything that you like more? Thank you very much.
やはり自分はファイターだと思います。
But I think I'm
で
a
すが
fighter, but
いろんな方面でも活躍で
but
きるフ
also I like to
ァイター
be
でありたい
a
と。
fighter
それ
to be
が新しい
attractive
ファ
in
イターの形じゃ
the
ないかな
device fighter,
自分
many
は思
of
って
the
おりま
areas.
す。
That would be the new type of the fighter in the next generation. This is what I think.
Any other questions?
マイルス・ジュリー選手に質問です。今日チームメイトのジョニー・ケイ選手と共に勝ちましたけど、こ
you
の
have a
2
victory
人の
together
勝
with
利っていうのは
Mr.
来週
Johnny, your colleagues,
水
but the
垣
two of
拓也
you
選手と戦
will
うドミニク・クルーズ選手にと
will
って追い
be
風にな
for
ると
this
思い
will
ます。
be a very good for that the victory for the Mr. Dominic Cruz who is going to fight Mr. Mizuguchi the next time. Do you think that this victory will be a good support for him? Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like me and Johnny getting some wins tonight and both training at Alliance is it's great momentum for the team. Alliance, everybody knows Dominic Cruz got the fight next weekend. So I feel like, everybody's on fire and everybody's working hard. So I feel like the momentum is definitely in our favor.
I believe that everybody, doubt his physical condition right now. So how do you think about his physical condition as a teammate?
I feel like Dominic's physical condition right now is the best it can be, with the scenarios that he's went through. It's kind of, one of those things where we really won't know until he gets out there and he competes. But I feel like right now, I feel like he's the best I've ever seen him physically.
Any other questions? Oh, here we go.
バウトレビューに原です。ゴミ選手にお伺いしたいんですが、
This is a question to Mr. Gomi.
ちょっと先ほど話はありましたけど、プロ初の KO 負けですよね、
Very
今回
first
というのは。
the loss in the KO, knockout loss.
というのは
The
どう
very
いった
first
受
time
け
in your
止
career.
め方をされていら
How
っ
do you
しゃる
feel about
で
it?
しょうか。
Well,
どうも何もない聞いちゃったからね。
but yes, but it was
もっと
really
ねやりたかったけど、
yeah, it was
それを
but
ね
it
うま
was
く
very
狙われ
very
たし、
effective, and he had a
ま
very
あ
good strategy,
悔しい
and
ですけどね。まあ
I'm very sorry, and
まあねマイルズ選手を
anyway,
ね。
the Miles.
対戦を受けてくれたのにね感謝して、
I'm really
ま
glad
あちょっ
that
と今後
we
のこ
have
とを
these
ちょっとゆっ
fights,
くりね
and
考
what
えたいと
happens,
思い
so
ま
I
すよ。
think
ね。
consider what happens after this for me after this onward.
I've got a question for Mr. Hunt. What was your strategy and your game plan going into the fight against Roy, and did you expect him to go for a lot of takedowns?
This guy. No, I My plan was only just to go and put Roy Nelson out. That's the only game plan I have for most other fighters I have. And he was shooting for takedown, so it happens. But I was ready for everything, so there you go.
Hey Mark, just who were some of your influences leading into the fight with Roy Nelson?
Influences?
Yep.
What do you mean by influences?
Oh, just what motivated you to?
Well, I'm a Christian man, and I'm spreading the gospel, man. The gospel
Amen,
of Jesus.
amen.
That's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my Lord and Savior, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing at my age. So that's my purpose.
Amen, brother.
秋山選手に質問です。
This is a question to Mr. Kiyama.
先ほどファイターとしてやりたいということでしたが、
Yeah, you'd like to,
今後の
first of all, you'd like to be a
試
fighter,
合
but
間隔
after this,
どの
what
ぐらい
will
の
be
ペ
the
ースでやっていきたいと
interval and
考えてますか？
we'd like to have for the next fight?
正直、
What's your
すご
schedule?
く今回体の調子が良かった
I
の
really
で、
have
まあ
been
怪
in
我
very
なんか
good
怪我な
conditions.
く
I
いけ
didn't
ば
have any
すぐに
injury,
練習を
and
開始したい
I'd
と思
like
って
to
ます。
start to practice
ど
again,
のぐらいの
training
感覚かっていう
again.
のは
So when it
やは
comes
り
to interval to
マー
the
クとして
next
ボス
fight,
が決めることだと思う
it
の
will
で、
be
その
determined
ボ
by
スの
boss, just like the Mark mentioned earlier.
言
So
動に
that
従って
I'm
動
going
きた
to
いなと
follow
思
the
ってま
instructions
す。
and also for that matchmaking by the boss.
<clears throat> 今日その2人の韓国人の選手がいい試合をやってたんでしたけれども、韓国でも今ちょっと UFC の大会の期待が高まっているところなんです。韓国の UFC 大会の予定はどういうふうになっておりますか？
What's your plan to have the event in Korea? Do you have any specific plan to have any event in Korea?
We don't have any confirmed plans now, but it's a priority market for us, and we'd love to have an event in 2015. It's a key focus for us, and we're hopeful we're going to be able to get that done, but I have nothing to confirm yet. But with the amount of talent we have there, and you obviously saw it tonight, and we've seen it in the past, it's definitely one of our strongest markets in Asia and probably across the world, to be honest. So we should hopefully have an event next year or 2016. Is that it?
今後の日本大会についてですけど、今回の大会を受けて、継続開催の予定はどのくらい経っているでしょうか？
Another event in Japan, and how much have you determined for the other events in Japan in the future? Do you have any plan?
Yeah, we don't have a fixed date for next year, but 90% sure we're coming back, hopefully around the same time next year in the third quarter. But we'll definitely be back in Tokyo, most likely Saitama, at this time next year.
There's a question to Mr. Horiguchi.
一戦一戦確実に戦っていきたいというふうにおっしゃってましたが、どれくらいでタイトルマッチまでたどり着きたいというふうに思ってますか？
One after another. How long will it take for you to a challenge to the champion? Yeah, I'd like to just fight immediately, but for myself, but
社長が決めることなんで。
they're also determined by the president and the boss, so that
希望としては
yeah, hopefully
用意された相手とやるだけなん
anyway,
で。
I like to have a fight.
早ければ早いほどいいかなと思ってます。
Offered by the president, so that, but
ゴミ
the
選
sooner
手
the
の
better.
話なんですけども、
The next question is to
この
Mr.
結果を受けた
Gomi.
ファンも心配されてると思うんですけど、
Well, the fans are
その
worried
ファン
about
に
you
向けて
to this
言
tonight's
いたいこ
loss,
とは
but
何かあります
would
でし
you
ょうか？
please give us the message to your fans
まあ
tonight?
すごくね、ありがたいですよね。ありがたい
I'm very
し、まあ練
glad,
習の
and
サポートしてくれた人
also,
もそうだ
and
し、
a lot of people supported my practice and training, and
ね
I'm
会場に来て
glad.
くれた
I
方
thank you
も。
very much and all the fans
もう
and
2日をね誕生日で最高のね誕生日
and
にし
this
たか
is
ったんだ
my,
け
I
ど、
like to make my birthday.
やら
The
れました
wonderful
けど、
birthday, but
まあ
I
声
lost.
援をね
But
送ってく
anyway,
れたんで、
I really thank you very
本当に
much
幸せ
for
だと思
your
ってますよ。
the support. I'm really happy that I have all these fans that support me. That's all. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, everyone.